This is a great bantamweight fight. Cory Sandhagen versus Yadong takes place this weekend in the main event of UFC Fight Night in Vegas 60. Sandhagen versus Song, and I cannot wait for this fight. Cory Sandhagen versus Yadong. This is a great fight in the bantamweight division. This is a pretty big fight in the bantamweight division. You got the marketable Asian, Chinese, great fighter, great prospect coming up in Yadong, looking very good lately. Just beat Marlon Moraes by first round KO, brutally put him out cold, made him retire right after that fight, and then he beat Julio Arce, which was a good win. Arce is always that tough guy in the division. It's like I don't want to say gatekeeper, but he's kind of like a young gatekeeper. I mean, how old is Julio Arce? I'm going to check how old he is. 32. I mean, he is kind of, I don't know why I'm on Yan O'Malley topology there, but he is kind of a little bit of a gatekeeper in that division to see if you're legit the test. But he passed Julio Arce with flying colors, KO'd him in the second round of punches. Then he went to a razor-close decision with Casey Kenny, which arguably should have been a unanimous decision. Arguably should have been. I thought he could have won that fight. I thought he could have won 2 rounds clear of that fight. Maybe 1 round can go Casey Kenny. But this is a great fight. Cory Sandhagen, of course, coming off 2 close losses to Petr Yan and TJ Dillashaw, where he arguably won against TJ Dillashaw on damage. But against Petr Yan, he did lose 4 rounds to 1, arguably maybe 3-2. But he made that fight very close against Petr Yan. Made that fight close. But I'll talk about that later in this video. But I do believe Cory Sandhagen's got this one in the bag. I think he's good enough to go out there and win. I really do believe he's good enough, and I think he's going to be in there, and I think he's going to get the job done against Yadong. I really do. Yadong's good. I understand he is good, and he has lots of knockout power, and he's 24. I need to mention that more. He's still young. Still young, man. And he's already in the top 10. He wins this one. One more, and we'll maybe be talking about maybe a title elimination bout for Yadong. If I'm honest with you, I mean, he's still so young, which is crazy. I just don't see him beating Cory Sandhagen. Like, yeah, he beat Moraes, and it was a good win over Marlon Moraes, and we kind of all expected him to KO Marlon Moraes in the first round. But Moraes is done. It ain't the same Moraes. It just ain't the same Marlon Moraes. I just don't like yeah, he KO'd Moraes, but it's Moraes, and it was a good win. Then he beat Julio Arce, had a pretty close first round against Arce. I mean, I think he could have been winning the first round against Arce. Then he got KO in the second, rocked Arce with a head kick. Then follow up with big punches, put away Julio Arce. Then he went to a close decision with Kenny. And Kenny's a guy with good footwork. Sandhagen has great footwork. And Kenny kind of just, moved around on the outside. Yadong couldn't really find the shot. And, Yadong struggled a little bit, outstruck, and just kind of outskilled Casey Kenny for 3 rounds and won like a 29-28 decision. But it ain't a good look, It ain't a good look. Casey Kenny's not really that great. And he lost to Kyler Phillips. Got grappled there a little bit there. And Phillips is a guy that moves around the outside. Has good footwork here and there again. Sandhagen's better than both of these guys, in Kyler Phillips and Casey Kenny. And I just don't see this one going well for Yadong. I really don't. I mean, he did beat Marlon Vera, and that is aging well, but did he really beat Marlon Vera in that fight? Like, I think that could have went to Marlon Vera, 2 rounds to 1. I just think Marlon Vera, I just think Song Yadong is good, and he has improved, and he has since the Kyler Phillips fight. I think the Kyler Phillips fight was kind of a bit of a wake-up call for him, but I just don't see him winning this one. I really don't see him winning this one. I think this is a little bit too soon. He does have a good chance to win, and I didn't mind him as an underdog, but when I look at the odds, he's only a slight underdog. If he was maybe like a 4-1 underdog, maybe I'd bet on it, but I just don't see Yadong getting this one done, man. I really don't. I think he's good, and he did put away a scrappy guy in Alejandro Perez. You know, not the greatest of guys. You know, I'm talking about like Vince Morales moved around the outside, give Yadong problems. I think Sandhagen's good, man. Sandhagen's very good. He's 30 years old as well. It's not like he's like an older guy here on the bit of at the end of his career. Like, he still has time. And I think he's going to go out there and get it done over Song Yadong by decision. And I think he'll get it done 48-47. I think it'll be a scrappy fight. Maybe fight of the night, but I think Sandhagen's going to get the job done here. He lost to Petr Yan, but that was a very close fight against Yan. Very close fight. Like, I really think that was a really, really close fight against Petr Yan. Like, he won the first round, definitely. No doubt about it. Second round was close. When I was watching it live, I think Sandhagen could have won it, but rewatching it, Yan can win it with the bigger shots and more of the impactful shots. I think he can win the second round, Yan, and then third round was Yan. I mean, I think he dropped Cory Sandhagen with a spinning back fist combo, and he did get dropped by that, but that's a spinning back fist combo Sandhagen didn't really see coming, and that was from Petr Yan. So I don't take anything there. Sandhagen's very tough and came back in round 4. Kind of got beat up though, and round 3 was definitely Yan. Round 4 was Yan, and round 5 was close. Round 5 was definitely close, but Yan won it with the spinning wheel kick at the end, and Sandhagen kind of jumped kneed him, but kind of missed. And I think he's gonna go out there like he beat TJ Dillashaw. Like, Dillashaw Sterling's coming up, and I don't even mind Dillashaw beating Sterling. I really don't. I'm gonna go Aljamain Sterling over TJ, but TJ again is a good dog against Aljamain. And if TJ Dillashaw wins the belt, Sandhagen can look at that and be like, alright, I could have won against TJ, or at least I made it really close against TJ. But he needs to pass Song Yadong here to even be back in the conversation. I think he will. And at first watching it live again, I thought Dillashaw won it. But watching it back, Sandhagen can win the fight on damage. Won the 5th round. But that was a very close fight against TJ Dillashaw. He needs to get past Song Yadong first though, before any of questions. And I think he'll go out there and get it done over Song Yadong. I really do believe he'll win. He beat Frankie Edgar as well. Of course, slammed that flying knee against Edgar, and he wheel kicked Marlon Moraes. I think he's gonna beat Song Yadong. Like, he beat Edgar, a good Edgar as well. Like, a one that was coming off a scrappy fight against Pedro Munoz, where he arguably lost, but he still made it a scrap. Munoz couldn't put him away. And first round KO from Sandhagen put Edgar's lights out and probably changed his career. Edgar did already against Marlon Vera in November. After that, Vera had to finish him in 3rd. Like, Sandhagen just had a matrix performance there. I think Sandhagen's too good, man. Like, yeah, he got subbed by Sterling, but I don't see Yadong out grappling him here, and Yadong could grapple him, but I think Sandhagen knows Yadong doesn't have much subs. I think if Yadong takes him down, he'll just positionally control and land total strikes, and I think Sandhagen can get out of that position. But I think this will be a stand-up fight, and I think Sandhagen's gonna get the better of it, man. I really do. Like, he schooled Rafael Assunção in a close fight, but he won it there, and he beat John Lineker. Maybe past its prime John Lineker, but he still fought John Lineker where he could have got KO'd any minute. And he won that fight against Sean Lineker in a close fight, but he won it. Some strikes here and there. I think he's going to win it. I really do. I think he's going to go out there and beat Song Yadong. And he beat Marlon Moraes. I just don't see Yadong winning, man. I really don't. Like, Vince Morales, mediocre fighter, not the best. He won. It was a good win, though. I mean, he won. Morales, mediocre. Stamen fight, you arguably lost. And Stamen's mediocre, you know. Vera fight, you lost, I think. And Vera's looking good, I understand. But yeah, Kenny's mediocre. You know, not the greatest of fighters. Phillips, I mean, kind of known Kyler Phillips is kind of mediocre as well. I mean, since then he lost to Hali and Paiva, where he arguably, it should have been a draw, but still made it razor close against Paiva. O'Malley just put him away early. And yeah, and Moraes ain't there anymore. It's just, his wins aren't aging well. Arce's win always going to be good, because Arce's going to be like a 1 win, 1 loss, 1 win, 1 loss type fighter, but I'm going to go with Song Yadong. No, I'm not going to go Song Yadong. I'm going to go Cory Sandhagen. I think he's going to have a big reach here as well. I mean, yeah, 3-inch reach advantage and a 3-inch height advantage as well. Front kicks will be good. Investment shots will be good. And yeah, I think Yadong's going to lose. Winner of this one, though. If it's Yadong, good for him. Because he'll be in a good position, I believe. I mean, what number? Yeah, number 4 ranked Sandhagen versus number 10 Yadong. And nothing's going to hold back Yadong as well. I mean, maybe his Kyler Phillips fight will hold him back. But I think Aldo's going to fight Cruz. And I heard Rob Font's going to probably fight Adrian Yanez as well. And I think Munoz, I don't know what Munoz is going to... I think he'll get fed Munoz to like Umar Nurmagomedov or something like that. Or maybe Munoz Simone. That'd be good for Simone there. And maybe good for Munoz there. So I think they're probably going to do Munoz versus some contender. But if Yadong wins, he'll move above Vera, because he technically beat Marlon Vera on paper, even though he should have lost. I think he should move above Vera, especially Sandhagen's number 4. And Yadong, if he does win, will beat number 4. Sandhagen will probably move to where Vera is. But Vera... Vera will stay, yeah. And, yeah, I think Cory Sandhagen will move down to number 5. Yadong at number 4. Merab's at 3. That's pathetic, man. That ain't a good look for the bantamweight division. He beat Aldo. Like... Why is he number 3? Merab should get out of the division. First off, him at number 3 is such a bad look. Like, one more fight and he has a title shot in his hand, but he won't even fight Sterling, because Sterling and him are friends and teammates and training partners. So, go to flyweight and fight freaking Kai Kara France. And yeah, if Yadong wins, Yadong Vera too. I think Vera should, like, get that one back for himself. Even though he should have arguably won the first fight, just win. You haven't technically won against him yet. So if I'm Vera, get that one back before you fight for the title. And if I'm Song Yadong, make it more clear before you probably fight for a title. But I just don't see it going there, man. If Sandhagen wins, Sandhagen versus... If O'Malley beats Yan in like a close decision, let's say, O'Malley Sandhagen's there. I think they're friends. I don't know. Screw these friends thing, man. Just fight. If I'm Sandhagen, let's do Sandhagen Vera. Let's see if Sandhagen's really tough. I mean, we already know he's really tough, but let's see if he actually is like the real deal. But yeah, especially in a 5-rounder, 3-rounder, Sandhagen probably wins, but 5-rounder, and if he wins against Vera, he's definitely a real deal. So yeah, loser of this one though. If Yadong loses, Yadong probably moves down, because he did lose to Phillips. Yeah. How is Umar ranked already? I don't get that. But yeah, O'Malley's 13, taking on number 1. That's crazy. But if Edgar doesn't get a fight quick, man, Yadong Edgar probably, if Yadong loses. But if Cory Sandhagen loses, Sandhagen versus Cruz. Both, yeah, Cruz. We'll see that then. But yeah, Sandhagen, I think, gets it. I think Yadong's good. But he's still young. And he'll be a top contender one day. One day, he'll be a top contender. Maybe, I don't know. Once this guy hits his prime, Yan's retired. Aljo's far gone. Dillashaw is way gone. Long time ago, Dillashaw's gone. Aldo's completely out. Cruz is probably out as well. And yeah, Yadong's good. Sandhagen's better though. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I think Cory Sandhagen wins this. And plus, Yadong trains at Team Alpha Male, which they're not doing too well. I mean, Paiva's not looking good. Feely's not looking good. And yeah, Emmett's looking alright, but he arguably lost his last fight. So yeah, we'll see what happens.